Hey guys, we're back with another vlog today. So today we're gonna, I didn't do a survey. Actually, I did do a survey, but I didn't do it on the topic of this vlog. The survey I did was like, hey, should I vlog today? Are you guys excited? And a lot of people said yes. So we're gonna start doing our thing today. So the topic of today would be how I got into YouTube, what motivated me, who motivated me, and what got me into YouTube and vlogging and all this. And as you guys can see now, like especially this week, I've been very active. Even my cousin said, shout out to Ahad, he was like, you're very active on YouTube the past few days. I was like, well, I got 5 months of no school. I do have school, but it's online. Like even today morning, I woke up early, finished a few of my assignments, and then tomorrow I have a class from 12 to 3. But usually we might finish early tomorrow because that's what happened last week. Friday too, my prof, we finished about an hour early. We finished at 2 o'clock from 12 to 2. We were doing it, and it was great. Well, we have the app that he asked us to download, so we did, and then everything is going well. And I know you guys are probably gonna ask, what's the shirt saying? Well, it says coach on it. I coach in this DISL group league. It's Durham Islamic Soccer League, so that's where I coach. I coached last year too. The year before that, I coached for a few weeks, and then after that, well, I used to work at Acura that time, so I didn't have a lot of time. I couldn't do a full commitment, but last year I committed fully to it, and it was awesome. I enjoyed like going there, even though you don't get paid for it. But I took every Saturday off for the whole summer, and I used to go. It started in June, and it started right after Ramadan. This year might started early. Well, it depends on coronavirus when this is gonna end, and then we can start it. But yeah, I'm excited for this year too, and we can have a lot of fun. Well, we play and coach at the same time, so it's great. So yeah, so let me get into the YouTube thing, how I got into YouTube. So, well, the thing was, like I told you guys in my other vlog, I was a very active person in high school and stuff like that. So after high school, I was like, even actually no, this YouTube thing started way before high school. No, it started after high school. But so I know you guys are gonna find this funny or maybe shocking. I don't know which one, but before 2011 or 2012, I would say I never went on YouTube. I never watched anything. It was like I don't know why. I was more like chilling outside with my friends, playing cricket, playing basketball. Like literally, I'm telling you, when I used to live in Scarborough, you would never see me at home. I would like literally, I would come home late. Sometimes my mom would actually like, where I'm like, well, I was playing basketball. I didn't even used to play basketball like near our house. Like our house was, so this was our house, and then over the fence, you can literally jump over the fence, and there was the elementary school where we went, where I graduated from, and my other brother graduated from there too. So yeah, we used to go there. We used to play with our friends. We used to play cricket there, and they were basketball nets, but they didn't have the rim. They used to take it out after school. So I used to go far away to another park that was like on Shepherd. It was pretty crazy, but I was like, I enjoyed it. So I used to go all the way there on my bike, and that time I was fit. I know I'm getting a little chubby, but trust me, that time I was a fit guy. Okay, let me tell you, like every day after school, come home, do my homework, and then just get the bike and go there and play basketball. So that was me. Like it was like I never wanted to go on YouTube. Like it was not my thing. That that's why you guys probably find it shocking too that I created Facebook kind of late into, because I know Snapchat came later, but Instagram and all these were coming up, and so yeah, that was. I really did. I wish I took advantage of it. I wish I took advantage of YouTube during that time, because now I probably would have had like 10-15 million followers like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or all those guys, Brawades, and all this. So yeah, so I used to watch, and the first channel, the very first channel I've ever watched, I'm not even gonna lie, it was called Simple Pickups. It was Jesse, Indian guy. It was Juan, and then few other guys. I don't remember the other two guys. But they used to like go, hey, they're like how to, like, it was just fun for me. Like, they used to prank, and then they used to go to people wearing like Pikachu costume and all those, and they used to ask girls out if they would go out, or they would give their numbers. So it was pretty funny for me. So I used to watch them, and then late 2012, like 2013, I started like watching these vloggers, and there were not a lot of vloggers. Vitaly, that's why I said Phase Ring, because I used to watch him. Like he was all of Call of Duty. Like that's what got me into Call of Duty as well. I remember my first Call of Duty game was I got it in grade 10 from Eric. It was in Secret Santa, and he like, what system do you have? That time I had Xbox 360. Well, we still have the Xbox 360, but nobody plays it. I literally we have all the PlayStation, the 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm gonna get the 5th one when it comes out. So yeah, we literally have all the PlayStations, and then that time I had the Xbox because we had the PlayStation 1 and 2, and then we went to Xbox 360, and then PlayStation 3 we got, and then when we came to Stouffville, I got to play with my brother and I. We put the money and we got a PlayStation 4 for ourselves. So yeah, and I used to watch it and I was like, okay, pretty cool, but I never had an idea of me like actually vlogging and going on YouTube. So like, what should I do? Like, I used to watch all these guys I enjoyed watching. Like, I've never had anything go through my mind that time. And then when I got to grade 12, I'm like, you know, I should do YouTube and stuff. And that was what, grade 12, well, to late, I would say early 2014, because early 2014 is like, I would say between April and June. Between that time, that's when I really started watching a lot of YouTube, because I used to work, like I said, I had 4 credit co-op and radio station here in Stouffville, so I used to go there from 9 to 5. That was my daily thing. And then one day, I think every month, we had to go to school to like report to our teacher and stuff. So that was it. Other than that, I had a co-op. It was awesome. That's when I got a lot of followers on Instagram too, because I used to post a lot of pictures from my radio station. So I had a lot of great time. And even during that, when I came to Stouffville too, I used to go outside. I used to ride my bike and all this stuff. And then when I got into college and uni, that's when I started like getting lazy and stuff. But I got more into YouTube. I started watching more videos and stuff. So from the beginning, the first YouTubers, like I said, was Simple Pickups I used to watch. And then obviously FaZe Rain. Broadis came in a little late. I think I started watching Broadis in 2015 when he first came into the game. So that's when I started watching him. And then FaZe Rug way before that. So yeah, the main guys were obviously FaZe Rain and Simple Pickups and Vitaly. Those are the guys. And Vitaly had like the best pranks that time. It was, most of them were like real pranks, but nowadays he kind of clickbaits, and you know, he's on. I don't even want to talk about it, because that's why I didn't have him in my list as favorite YouTubers, because he kind of went the wrong pathway. The other guys, they still stayed the same pathway and they were humble. Whereas with him, he kind of, you know, he was straight, and then he just took a shortcut, and then look where he is now. He's still successful, but I personally don't like his new content. So yeah, that's what got me into YouTube. And then so I used to watch those guys, and then bro, I remember one day I was watching FaZe Rug, and then what happened was he did the lottery prank on his brother. So not even that one. It was another prank he did. It was on his mom. It was about cocaine. He put the salt in like plastic bags, and then he put them in his Mercedes Benz. And then when she went to get it, so he asked her to go to his car, and I think it was his camera in his car or something. Can you bring it for me? He was playing game because he plays COD too. So she was like, okay. So she went to get that, and then she found the coke. Well, he put it there by purpose. So it's not coke. It was salt in there. So I watched that. I was like, wow, okay, well, you can do simple stuff like that and get famous. But the reason you guys might be asking why I don't have any of my family members in my vlogs is because, well, obviously you guys know, like Afghan parents and stuff, you know, they don't really want to be in vlogs, and I don't want to put them in vlogs because I don't have like all my personal life on YouTube. I want to put my stuff, but I don't want to be responsible for theirs. Everybody has their own life. My life, I wanted to put it on YouTube, so I'm putting enough on YouTube for you guys to see. Obviously, the way you guys see me right now, that's how I'm daily in my daily life. I don't have anything to hide. Like I've told you guys in my previous vlog, my high school experience and all those stuff. I've never hid anything. I've told you guys everything that I've done in my life so far. So that was the thing. And then when I watched it, I was like, okay, cool. And then I started watching more and more. And then I remember what my first official job was in 2015. I used to work at McDonald's. And I worked there about 1.5 years. And then I remember I got hired there like second semester up, and it was I think it was the last week of college and university. I used to go to Seneca, York. So it was the last week, and they had a job. No, not even the last. It was the last week because it was in April. So it was the last week they had a job fair. So I went to the job fair, and then the district manager, I think it was for the McDonald's or something, or the regional manager, she, so I didn't even know. I went to like in regular clothes. I worked at school. I went, they had a job thing. I went there. I had my resume with me. I filled up the applications, and she was sitting. I didn't even know she was the one. She's like, oh, can you come? So I went, and she did the interview with me and stuff. And she's like, okay, we'll give you a call. I literally got home, I think, not even 2 hours later, I got a call from the general manager of McDonald's. She's like, hey, you know, this is this, and you got interviewed with this, and she really liked your the way you did the interview, and you're very communicative. I mean, you're a great person. You're very social and stuff. So we want you to come in and pick up your orientation package. So like, what the hell? They're like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, oh, you can come tomorrow, because they called me on Thursday. I went on a Thursday, did the interview, and 2 hours, like not even 2 hours later, they called me. So, or was it Friday? No, it was Friday. And then Saturday was, we were going somewhere or something like that. And then so I picked it up. And then they're like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come now. She's like, okay. I literally went the same day, and I picked, like, not even, literally, I just took my bike and boom, just went there and picked up my orientation package and came back home. And it was pretty great for me. That was my first job, so that's how I started. And then I remember every day I used to work and stuff, and I used to, like, we had a few of the girls they used to work with us back in the kitchen and stuff, and I used to tell them, like, we all used to joke around, and they really supported me too. All of them, everybody that I used to work with back in the days, they're like, yeah, you should do it. Your voice, your face, you're very friendly, you're a very social person, and you have a lot of followers on Instagram, and they can all watch your YouTube videos, and you're gonna get huge and stuff. So they give me a motivation. But the thing with me was I was kind of lazy at the same time, because I was more like, oh, okay, well, it's college, university, and a lot of stress. So like, this is another big thing, because you have to actually treat it like a real job. You have to, have time for it. You have to make up the right content for it, because you can't just come and be like, okay, I'm gonna make a video, but you really don't know what you're gonna do in the video, because you probably have like a lazy day. So I did it, and then end of my working at McDonald's, it was 2016 August. I left McDonald's. I was done there, and then I was not even done. I took a month off because my cousin came from Europe, so we were all chilling literally for the whole month. Look, we just killed it. We went to Wonderland. No, we didn't go to Wonderland. Where did we go? We went to Niagara Falls. We went to CNE. We went go-karting. We did a lot of stuff, bowling and stuff. That's when I started bowling and stuff too. So we did all that stuff, and then after that, I was like, I should take it seriously. And then I remember I went and I gave my new availability at McDonald's. I wanted to start working again, because you're kind of running out of money. And I remember my brother, I was sitting on my bed, like my bed was over here, and then my brother's bed was over there. And I was like, I just came and I had my laptop on my lap. And he's like, oh, Best Buy has orientation. I'm like, when? He's like, I think it was Monday, he said. It was a Friday that he told me on. I'm like, okay, I literally put it in my phone right away. So Monday comes, I wasn't even like in any type of thing. I just had the clothes I showed you guys, one of my Tommy Hilfiger shirt that I got in Florida. I wore that with nice jeans, and I went to school. After school, I think it was around 4 o'clock, it was the interview. All the interviews started at 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock I finished, I got back to Unionville, and from there I took the Ghost. So yeah, I came, not even that, I had my license that time. So I drove from Unionville, because I used to park there. And then I came here, I did my I did my first interview, and it was for Geek Squad actually. So I wanted to be in the Geek Squad thing, because I'm a tech guy. I like doing a lot of techie stuff. And then the supervisor was like, your smile is really nice, and you have a friendly face, and you're a very social person. How about you come to customer service instead of Geek Squad? Geek Squad is more nerdy work. Come there, you'll have a lot of fun. You can get cash, and you're a very social person, and then any customer that comes, they'll love to shop from you. And I was like, okay, cool then. And then she tested me on my tech stuff, and she knew I knew my stuff too. I love my tech, TVs, laptops, anything. I love it, except from appliances. Okay, I'm not a fridge guy. If you ask me about stove or fridge, I'm the wrong guy to ask, because I can cook, but I don't cook. So that was the thing. And then that happened, and so my brother didn't get the job, but I did. It was weird. I remember so what happened was I drove back with the Infiniti home, and then he took I think it was a Corolla to school. He was going to uni, and I was coming from uni. So we exchanged cars. And then that happened. So he texted me right when I came out of my interview. I was driving on Markham Road. I was coming towards Stouffville, and he messaged me. He like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, I got the job. He's like, what the hell? How'd you get the job? I'm like, well, the store manager said, congratulations, welcome to the team, and see you in a few weeks for your orientation. And he's like, oh, what the hell? And then he gave me a resume. I forgot that. I thought he said something about another store. Oh, it was Fonso. I thought he said they were interviewing there too. So if I didn't get this job, I can go there too. I didn't know that he said that, hey, can you give my resume to Fossil? Because there was a Fossil store there in that mall. So he like, can you give it to them? So I didn't know. I was driving, and then when he asked me, I was like, oh no, he like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you actually asked me that. So that happened. I worked there for a year, and then I remember I was only getting like about 3-4 shifts, like 4 hours. So that really wasn't good enough for me that time. I wanted to get more experience, so I applied to a dealership. Started working at a dealership, and I was making good money. And then a month after working at the dealership, I was like, I don't know, it was like, I like it when it's open environment, and the ceilings are high. It's very, like, even my room right now is very big room. Like, it's on the garage, on top of the garage, so it's huge room. So I have a lot of space. I'm claustrophobic, so I don't like being in tight places. So that happened, and then I got the job literally, even with the dealership. I remember it. The manager sent me email while I was working at Best Buy. I was done my job. I was changing, and I got an email like, "Oh, can you come for 4:30?" I'm like, what the hell? I looked at the time. It was 2 o'clock. I was like, sure. I literally drove home fast, took a shower, wore my suit, went to the dealership, did the interview. I didn't even have the license that time, but I got the license. Obviously, when I did the interview right away, the next day I applied for the license. You have to apply for ONVIC, and I applied for it. I got the book, I read it, and I went and did the test. So that happened, and then I got the job the same day, and I didn't even know I got the job until the dealership manager, which is a GSM, general sales manager. There was a GM, the general manager, took me to the GSM, which is the general sales manager. So the GM is obviously the higher, and then is the general sales manager. So he took me to the general sales manager. He like, oh yeah, give Saba his name tag. I was like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, congratulations, you got the job. You start Monday. I'm like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. You got the job. I'm like, what the hell? What is happening to me? Best Buy, the first interview, I got the job. Here, first interview, I get the job. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I worked there for a month, and then, like I said, it was not bad, but school was starting, but I didn't apply to school that time, so it kind of like it was too late for me to do it anyway. So what happened was I was working, and then I was on Indeed. I was working for another. I was looking for another job like retail. So because it was very strict schedule, 9 to 5 or 1 to 9, you had to be there, or sometimes 9 to 9, 12-hour shift. You had to be at the dealership and working and stuff. So like, let me apply somewhere else. So I applied, and I got, so Indeed had like another dealership ad, and it was in Pickering. So I went. So I applied again, and then I got an email from the guy who was doing the interviews. He's like, yeah, can you come on this day? This is the interview day. So I went. The first interview was with him. He was choosing who were the right people, and then he was taking you to the general manager of the dealerships, and then they were going to interview us. So the first interview was this random guy. I didn't even know who he was. So I didn't have my tie on. It was in the car. I was in such a hurry. So when I went, he like, don't worry. He like, you're really nice. He like, I want you to come for the second interview. And the second interview, they only needed 20 people. Out of 20 people, they were going to select 10 people, 5 to one dealership, 5 to the other. And it was owned by the same owner. So I was like, okay, cool. Thank you so much. He like, no problem. So I went back to my car. He like, can you come in 2 hours? He like, I think it was like 11 o'clock. I got there, and then he like, can you come back in 2 hours by 1 o'clock? I'm like, sure. So I went back. He like, by the way, make sure you wear he like, do you have a time? I'm like, yeah, it's in my car, but I was in a hurry. So he's like, yeah, make sure you wear when you come for the 1 o'clock interview or the orientation. I'm like, okay. So I went back for the 1 o'clock. I had my tie on and everything. We went to the boardroom upstairs. We sat there, and everybody's introducing themselves, and he was recording everybody for the GMs to see and our experience. That happened. We did all of it, and then after that, the final interviews I had with the GM. So we do the final interviews, and then the GM was, I think it was a brown guy. So he like, so you're from Afghanistan? I'm like, yeah. He like, he like, do you guys make nice rice and stuff? I'm like, well, is that a question or is that a compliment? He's like, oh no, it's a compliment. I'm like, okay, you made it sound like a question, like I did right now, because that's exactly what he said it. I'm like, well, thank you. He's like, no problem. He's like, if you bring me that on Monday, he like, you're hired. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know. Every time I do an interview, it's either goddamn Friday or it's a Monday. Friday or Monday. That's when I always get the goddamn job on the first interview. So this happened. Go there. He's like, congratulations, you have the job. He's like, when you come Monday, make sure you come with full suit because you're going to start your shift Monday. I'm like, okay, cool. So he like, these are your logins and everything. He gave me my logins and all that stuff. So I come Monday, and so I got hired at Ford, but all my friends went to, because so the 10 people, they needed some good people in the Ford and some in the Chrysler. So I got hired at the Ford dealership, and then literally the Chrysler was, you just open the door, walk out, and then 2 meters away was the Chrysler dealership. So I was like texting my friends. I'm like, yo, what the hell? They're like, yo, just tell the manager you want to come here. So Monday we go in, and then the manager for the Ford wasn't in. He was off that day. So the Chrysler GM, he was doing all our, he was introducing us to everybody in the Ford dealership and the Chrysler dealership. And then he like, these are your forms, fill it up, and all the tax forms and all whatever. So we're filling all those stuff up. And I was like, hey, his name was Ash. I'm like, hey, Ash. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I want to work here with you guys. He's like, well, I'm like, well, yeah, Devon and Nabil and all. By the way, shout out to Devon and Nabil, bro. Miss you guys a lot. So he's like, oh, really? I'm like, well, yeah, I want to work with them. He's like, okay. So he comes back with the transfer paper. He's like, Saba, this is your last chance. Do you really want to work here? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, sign this paper and you're here. I'm like, well, that's it. He's like, yeah. And I literally had the Ford guidebook in front of me, the guidelines. So I was reading that. So what I have to do with the Ford thing. He's like, okay, congratulations, you're here now. So I remember I started working there. It was supposed to be 6 people that got, well, I think they hired 11 people in total because somehow they like someone else's experience too and they wanted him. So he got hired. One of them shows up on Monday, but he started complaining. He's like, oh, I don't like working here. This and that. So he left. He never came back after that. That was his first and last day. The other guy apparently he went on a honeymoon. He came back a month later. He comes back and then he comes into the dealership. He thought he had the job. The GM was like, yeah, no, the orientation was done like a month ago, bro. You're a month late. Like, these guys are actually working right now. They have they have clients now. They've sold cars and you're just coming in to have your first shift. That's not how it goes. And you didn't even tell us you were doing anything. So it was pretty crazy. And we all sitting down. And I remember it was Devon, we call him Debo. He was sitting right beside the door. And then it was a few other guys. And then it was Nabil. And then I forgot, I think it was Jay. And then it was my desk. Actually, no, my desk was on the side. We were right beside the finance manager. And then I came back to this side. One of the girls got fired. She was actually experienced, but since they brought us in, the new guys, they fired one of the other ones. So they fired an old employee. And then it was crazy. So we all sitting in the same room, all of our friends. And we were having fun. It was the best time of our life. So during that, like, I remember that was the time when I really got into YouTube. I started doing a lot of YouTube videos and all that, and my coworkers, even in Best Buy. When I was working at Best Buy, I think the biggest supporters I had was Christian, Tyler, Tishan, so many other guys. They all used to like support me. I remember Christian and Tishan always, yes, but when is your next video coming out? And even 2016 was when I officially started doing YouTube, my first video and all that stuff. I remember, shout out to my cousin Ahad, one of the best supporters, one of the best cousins I ever had. Because he until today, like even today I was texting him, he like, yo, when is your new video coming? Like, he's one of the best cousins you could ever ask for, like hands down, like no BS. Yusuf, one of my best friends, Bilal, one of my best friends, Mushtaba, one of my best friends, like they all supported me. Like I said, I've known Mushtaba for a few years, like three and a half years, but he's a great guy, and they all supported me like they were like my biological brothers. And that's what you need from your friends and family and cousin, everybody to support you, because when you have that, then you know you can make good content. And that's why I'm doing so good right now and keep creating content for you guys. Last week, this week, I think this week I've done 3-4 videos. Last week I did like 2-3 videos, something like that. I don't remember. So that's how it is. Yusuf, like I said, like they don't have to do it. It's not mandatory, but they just do it, and that gives me energy. That makes me like, okay, well, if my friend and my cousin is saying, I know Ahad is not a guy who just like, give me a thing, like he's not a suck-up guy. He will give it to me straight. If I'm doing something wrong, he'll be like, yo, bro, I know I'm younger than you, but this is my advice and stuff. And I always listen to him, and he respects me, and I respect him, even though just because somebody's younger than me or younger than you doesn't mean you don't have to respect them. You still have to respect them. And that's how it is between me, Yusuf, Bilal is older than me, all of us. So that's how it was. And then that's what got me energetic, and I was like, okay, with broad shoulders I can do better and stuff. Like every time I do a video, I text Bilal. Bilal I haven't talked to in a minute, but Yusuf and Ahad, like I text them, I'm like, hey, how was the video? Do you guys like it and all this? And they're on my case, and I'm like, yeah, if I don't do good in there and the content is not good, just let me know. So they tell me, and like Yusuf told me this morning, he like, yo, I haven't watched the past 2 videos, but I'm gonna watch it. I've been busy. I'm like, yeah, no problem, bro. Like it's not like you're doing anything bad. You're just enjoying your life and doing your stuff, and that's cool. Like no worries. You don't even have to say sorry. So these guys supported me there, and like I said, for my workplace, I already named those guys, and my friend and cousin, like until today, Yusuf, Ahad, and Mushtaba, and all these guys, they support me. And then I started working. So I went to Best Buy back last year in May because I was like, I don't want to do the full-time dealership job because my last dealership was, so yeah, I went to Acura, I went to Chrysler, and then I went to Honda here during that time. After Chrysler, I went to Honda. And then after Honda, I went to Acura. And that dealership was #1 in Canada for 4 years in a row. And then after that, well, school was starting last year. So I went back to school because I was like, I took a year and a half off, almost 2 years off from school. So I was like, okay, now I got to go back and continue with my program and stuff. So I went back to school. And then that's when I was like, okay, I need a job that's, when I graduate, I can make it full time, but right now it's part time and flexible. And I knew from previous experience that Best Buy was the best retail job. I couldn't ask for anything better. So I went to Best Buy, got the job, started working, and my coworkers from Pablo, my GM, to Julian, Sebastian, Mikey, Tony, like my biggest supporters, and they always supported me. Even now, like, you know, Mikey, Tony, and all these guys, they tell me when the next video coming out, and they always watch it and they give it to me straight too. Like if I'm not doing good, they will let me know, and that's like I couldn't ask for anything better. Like I've always been lucky working at all these big places like Acura #1 in Canada, and I worked there as a salesperson. Like I still have my tag. I can show you guys my tag, and I can show you guys my dealership, my business cards from all the 3 dealerships and all that stuff. And now Best Buy again, and all these guys give me love. It was like the best thing. And Jacob, I forgot to mention Jacob, and then the girls, I don't know how many of them are big fans, but they watch it too, and I appreciate all of them. I don't have permission to say their names, or the guys, I know they don't mind, but the girls, like usually, like I said in my other video, unless a female gives me permission, I don't say their name. Even my cousins, I know there are a few of them I wanted to name, but I'm gonna ask them after, when I finish this vlog. I'm gonna DM them. I'll be like, in the next vlog, do you guys mind if I say your names and actually give you guys a shout out, because you guys need to know who they are, and because they were actually really supportive. So yeah, and that's how I got into it, and I loved it, and until now, like I have never had bad experience with anything. And from my boys, since Lucas didn't know I do YouTube until like I think probably a year ago or a few months ago, and then Sai and all these guys, they support me. Like Sai messaged me yesterday, and by the way, thank you so much to everybody for sending me birthday wishes yesterday. Yes, it was my real birthday. I turned 24 yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of scary because I have 11 months and 28 days, because it's not over. April 2nd is not over yet. 11 months and 28 days till I turn 25, and that's a quarter of a century. You know, that's a long time, bro. Like, people think it's not, but it is. 25 years, that's a long time. That's crazy. I can't believe it. We're getting older, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I got into YouTube, watching it from 2011, and then 2016, really watching all these big YouTubers, and then obviously because let me tell you guys something. If any job you guys do in this world, whether it's being a CEO of Google, or being a chairman of Amazon or Microsoft, or being something very small, if you don't have the support of your family, your friends, anybody, you cannot go through that job properly. And the other thing is, if you're doing a job as a job but not as your passion, then you know you're not gonna last with that job very long. Everything I do, like even working at Best Buy, I do with passion. It's my passion and my love. I'm not doing it just for money. Like literally, when I go to work, I enjoy working. When I'm doing YouTube, I enjoy work. You guys can see. I'm not just, and I buy like the mics and stuff and all these, and me chilling and actually doing, like, I enjoy doing this. Putting, like I told you guys, so many stuff. Like if I didn't like it, I just treated everything as a job. Like if I treated just working at Best Buy as a job, I would have never enjoyed it. I would have quit a long time ago, but I enjoyed working there because it was my passion and my love, and I love it. And the people I work with, they're the best people you could ever find working with, whether it was in the previous location or this location. Same thing with Chrysler, and same thing with my school and stuff. And obviously, like I couldn't ask for anything better. And from my school, like obviously my close boys, I've named everybody. And I just want to give another shout out again to Karan, because he's one of them. He watches my videos and stuff, and he always gives me advice and stuff, and do that. You know, it's great, awesome, like the thing. And my other friends, obviously Zubair, Uzair, Rashid, they always tell me clear voice, okay, nice. Like Zubair texted me the other day, he like crisp and clear. He like I love the new mic, and your voice is coming very nicely. And I'm like, I love that thing, advice, and it's just what I want to know. You know, like if I'm doing a great job, I want to know that. If I'm not doing a great job, I want to know that too, so I can work on that and do a great job. So like I said, I want to thank everybody, and again, we're at 30 minutes, and I hope you guys like this video too, and you guys have a nice week. Well, tomorrow's Friday, and I hope I can vlog for you guys tomorrow too. Well, I want to find something to vlog about and tell you guys a story. I don't know what to do. You guys send me, tell me in the comment section what you guys want to know, or what you guys want me to vlog about tomorrow. And I want to give another shout out again to Lucas, San, best real estate agents ever. To Basir, he's like, I texted Basir yesterday. I'm like, bro, when is the new album dropping, so I can put on my social media and give you a shout out on my YouTube as well. I'm telling you guys, when he drops his new album, I promise you guys, and I promise you, Basir, that I'm gonna put it on my my Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and I will make a video about it too. And Farhad, obviously, he's a great guy. He always invites me to every event he has. Obviously, I already gave a shout out to my boys, Sameem, Rashid, Zubair, Uzair, Massey, Sammy. When they have an event, they let me know too, and I go to their events too, and I always support it. And that it makes me proud when I'm supporting my friends. They're more like my brothers and my friends events when they're holding, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you have to support your friends. They support me, and I support them, and that's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today, and thank you so much again for the birthday wishes yesterday. And some people even texted me today. They didn't know it was my actual birthday. Like Sean texted me yesterday. He's like, yo, bro, I think it was like late night last night. He texted me like, bro, are you playing around, or is it real, or is it your actual birthday? I was like, no, bro, it's my birthday. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he wished me happy birthday, Shazam. Yeah, like that's all I had to say for this video, and I hope I can, like I said, put in the suggestion box or in the comment box below what I should do for tomorrow, and what you guys want to know, or do you guys have any ideas, you know, comment about it, and I will do it. And that's all I had to say. Have a great night. Sweet dreams for everybody. Sleep safe, be safe, stay home. And I know Corona is freaking some people out, but don't watch a lot of news. Trust me. Sometimes news makes it somebody can break their leg, and the news will make a big deal of, oh my god, somebody broke their leg. Well, yeah, it's something usual. If some people break their leg, they break their arm, whatever, you know, like, it's life, it goes on. But these guys make a big deal out of it. They take something very small and they make it into international news, and you're just like, oh my god, is this really happening? So yeah, don't follow a lot of news. Watch more like YouTube stuff. Enjoy your life, enjoy your day, and that's all I have to say to you guys. And love you guys a lot. Be safe. Have a great one.